let's start with the Buffalo Bills in the AFC East. Is this their time? Is this their year to make it back to the Super Bowl with their Mandalorian Piz-Aid quarterback, Josh Allen? They added Emmanuel Sanders to this offense. Let's see what they can do a little bit more in the running game, unless they just don't care about it very much anymore, because they've got the Mandalorian quarterback and Josh Allen, an MVP candidate, standing back there trying to sling it around in Western New York. And the one thing to keep in mind throughout this season, playing in the background like this music that you don't want to hear, is the idea that perhaps they're leaving. And I cannot fathom that being possible, nor can the fans of Western New York, certainly, as they have their best chance to win a Super Bowl. Keep an eye on all of that and how they handle all of that, as the New England Patriots appear to be much more constituted to battle for the AFC title and get back to the playoffs than they were last year. They've got the rookie quarterback sitting there in Mac Jones, under center and in shotgun. Is this the guy? Bill Belichick has his first long-term plan in place to replace Tom Brady. Week 4, Brady will be in the house. They went on a spending spree in free agency. Can the Patriots get back in the playoffs with Bill Belichick spending like a sailor, like we've never seen on shore leave in March and in April, and then going for a rookie quarterback in the first round and installing that rookie quarterback, sending Cam Newton packing, keeping an eye on all of that with the Dolphins in their house to start things off. Tua getting his first Week 1 start of his playing career. He's not a captain for this Week 1 game. Apparently, the Dolphins were kicking the tires on Deshaun Watson just mere weeks before the beginning of the season. Is Tua the guy? Can he be the guy? What will this offense look like under the new offensive coordinator and the rest of the plans that the Dolphins have in place for Tua? What will that look like in Brian Flores' second year as head coach there? And then there's a first-year head coach in New York in Robert Saleh, and he is hooking his wagon up to the number 2 overall pick in the draft. Can Zach Wilson be the guy? How much of a struggle will it be for this kid from BYU in New York City under the lights with everybody thinking he's Broadway Zach, Fifth Avenue, and all of that? Keep an eye to see if the Jets can make something of this season. In the AFC North, is this the Browns' time? Could this be the year the Browns make the Super Bowl? And they've got a team to do it. They've got Odell Beckham coming back from injury. They added Jadeveon Clowney to Myles Garrett as a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. They had a terrific draft. They've got a stout defense. They've got a stout running game. They've got an offensive line who can protect. Is it Baker Mayfield's time to take another step forward? And the good thing for the Browns is they've got not Freddie Kitchens at the controls, not Hugh Jackson at the controls, but the reigning coach of the year in Kevin Stefanski at the controls. Is this the Browns' year? While you've got the Ravens also with a fourth-year quarterback looking to get paid like Baker Mayfield, waiting on that contract, Lamar Jackson. And the Baltimore Ravens, they lose J.K. Dobbins right before the beginning of the season. We always know that the Ravens will come with a very hefty run game and a certain zeal on defense and coming at you and hitting you in the mouth. But do they have the passing game? Do they have the passing game to actually put more points on the board when you have to, when they don't have the lead? Have they answered those questions? We will see on that front. Then you've got a third-year head coach in Cincinnati and Zach Taylor on the hot seat, I guess, because what are the Bengals going to do with Joe Burrow coming back? And what have they done with Zach Taylor? And has he had the opportunity to do anything in Cincinnati? This is a big year for Zach Taylor with Joe Burrow coming back and Jamar Chase. That was the decision they made in the first round of the draft. We'll keep an eye on what the Bengals look like this year. And then there is an 18th year quarterback in Pittsburgh, PA. Entering his 18th year in the National Football League, Big Ben Roethlisberger, taking less money to stay or being forced to take less money to keep playing in the NFL. Najee Harris will be the running back there. He is a bell cow. He can also catch out of the backfield. He's bigger than Le'Veon Bell and does not have all of, I guess one would say, the baggage that Le'Veon did bring when he was on the field in Pittsburgh. They've got the same receiving core coming back. Devin Bush returns. TJ Watt, we assume, will get paid and be happy. Joe Hayden patrolling the defense. Can Mike Tomlin get the Steelers back in the playoffs after a disastrous end to their playoff season last year and defend the crown. In the AFC South, the Tennessee Titans, in Mike Vrabel's fourth year of being the head coach there, have added Julio Jones to the mix. That's Julio out one side, that's A.J. Brown out another side, and the grown-ass man in Derrick Henry behind Ryan Tannehill. Defensively, can this team tighten the bolts in a way that they could not last year? Can they play tough defense against the Bills and the Chiefs and the Browns if they face these other teams that come with an offense that could put points on the board? The Colts are the only other team in this division that can actually win it other than the Titans, in my estimation. It's Carson Wentz trying to reclaim his career with the guy that has the special sauce for him. That would be Frank Reich in his fourth year, like Mike Vrabel, as head coach. Jonathan Taylor, can he be a star in this game as a second-year running back after seeing what he did at that position? Darius Leonard, grown-ass man on defense, leading the Colts. Can they stay healthy enough with Quentin Nelson and obviously Wentz's foot going into this season and have the receiving core as well grow up fast to win this division? That also includes Urban Meyer as a first-year head coach and Trevor Lawrence, first overall selection in this draft. What will he look like in the NFL with the flowing locks and the golden right arm and those legs? And I'm talking about football, people, okay? They also had some really good weapons around Gardner Minshew last year. That's a true story. Chenault, obviously James Robinson with Travis Etienne hurt. We'll see what the defense looks like and how Urban can take the losing, because it's coming. Speaking of losing, you've got the Houston Texans, who have a third-string quarterback and a healthy scratch named Deshaun Watson. Google it if you actually even need to. David Culley, a 65-year-old first-time head coach. Bradley Roby, they trade him away. The locker room's got to be wondering what is going on around here. And it's expected to be a total dumpster fire in Houston this year. But they do have Mark Ingram, and they do have David Johnson, eventually going to have some sort of, one would think, fountain of youth there. Brandon Cooks, can they put enough points on the board to go higher register on some few teams this year? But we all expect the Houston Texans season to be a disaster. We'll see if we can be all proven wrong on that front. In the AFC West, you've got the Las Vegas Raiders playing in front of fans coming up this very Monday night to wrap up week one. Year 4 for John Gruden. He's 19-29 in his first 3 seasons there. 19-29. My buddy Mayock trying to put some pieces together there that I guess either Gruden approves of or not, or likes or doesn't like. Derek Carr and Waller and Jacobs, and we'll see if Henry Ruggs can run. And the defense was dreadful last year. Have they been able to stop an offense, or a cold for that matter? They better, because there are some high-quality offenses in this division. We'll see if Denver's one of them. Denver's going to start Teddy Bridgewater. It's going to get a start for a 5th team in the NFL right now, and for a coach who is clearly on the hot seat in Vic Fangio in his 3rd season there. Drew Lock in waiting. Really, the quarterback in waiting could be named Aaron Rodgers. The entire league feels. Von Miller's coming back. We'll see if the young offensive line can actually stop holding and growing into what we need to see from them. And that passing game for Teddy Bridgewater, we'll see if Denver can make some hay this year when few people are expecting them to. Right here in Los Angeles, the Chargers have got Brandon Staley, former quarterback in college, turned defensive coordinator in the pros, and he brings a mindset to the Chargers that I think will certainly lend to more wins and a lot of less insanity in the final seconds of games. Justin Herbert, the unicorn, year 2, and the rest of that offense, Derwin James back on defense, Joey Bosa up front. There is a lot to love about these Los Angeles Chargers. However, they play in a division where the Kansas City Chiefs play. And this is a team that's sending Mahomes back out there in front of an all-new offensive line. All 5 guys right in front of them. That's it. What will the Chiefs look like with that offensive line? Will it protect the golden child better or not? What will it be for Kansas City? That's the one thing Brett Veach wanted to hit, and hit hard, and they did. And a lot of people think the Chiefs are a better team, which is a scary thought for everybody. Can they become the first team since the Bills back in the 90s to make 3 straight Super Bowls?